Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel. I'm now going to do you have that other book challenge? I want to mention my other asexual shirt. This one says, I've got an ace up my sleeves, and then the princess says, it's me, I'm Ace, and I'm in these sleeves. I thought it was cute. So, let's jump into it. It has, I have no idea how many questions it has. Probably the same as the other 20, right? 20, and then there's a bonus question. Okay. So, number one is, do you have a book with a fox on the cover or in the plot? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I want to say it's the first book. It might be the second, but I know it's not after the second book. I know that much for a fact. Because Kalik, she was alone, the longest in the group. Like, Tuklo and Ujak met in the middle of this book, and then Lusa met them at the end of this book, and it was kind of off that cliffhanger of the meeting, and then Khalid doesn't meet them until either the middle or maybe a little bit closer to the end of the second book. But since she was alone for so long, she watched her mother die to save her life, and then she lost her brother who thought they both died, her and her mother. So he was alone, but it didn't really show his journey because it's about Khalid and her friends, but her future friends. But Khalid goes on a journey, and at one point in the journey, she's trying to find her brother, and then she ends up meeting a fox, and Khalid was alone and lost and sad, and she's still just a cub, so she kind of befriended the fox for a little bit before they both had to go on their separate ways. But yeah, it wasn't very long, but she did meet a fox, and instead of eating the fox, she befriended the fox. So yeah. As far as I remember that, actually I'm not because it's secrets and I remember everything secrets related. 2. Do you have a book published in the year you were born or in the 3-year radius? How do you find out when books starts to get published? Um, I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. Where was it book published? Does it say? Like, where does a book says where it has been published? How do I find that? Because this could take forever, because I have no idea. Yeah, it doesn't, I don't see it saying anywhere. Yeah, I'm not even seeing on any of my books where it says when it's been published, so I don't even know when any of these have been published, and so I'm just gonna skip that one because I have no idea. Probably not. Number 3, do you have a book with music as a weapon or magic? Do I? I don't think so. I only know of one book that does that, and I don't own it, and I don't even know if I want to read it, to be honest. I think it's by popular author, I think so. I don't know, a lot of people like it, but I don't know. I mean, let's see. Yeah, I don't think so. Uh, I don't think so. I don't see anything that has anything. Well, actually, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I do have one. Duh. Okay. Julie and the Phantoms. I haven't actually read the book yet, but I love the TV show. And um, ma- music is kind of a magic. I mean, at least I consider it magic because I mean, every time the band sings with Julie, like they play in their band, everyone else can see them, but only when they are with Julie, they're playing music by themselves. Everyone can hear the music, but not see them. But when they play with Julie, everyone can see them. And so, yeah, I consider that, that counts. You can find me on that because it counts. Number 4, do you have a series with mismatched covers? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, let's see if I can carry them all without tipping my entire bookshelf as well. Awesome. Okay. Ember in the Ashes, and story behind why I have mismatched covers is because when I bought the first cover, it was actually, I don't think I bought it, right? I was given to it. I was a senior in high school, and I still talk to my 11th grade English teacher whenever I passed his class, and one day after school, I had to pass this class because my last class was English class, and the two English classes were next to each other. So he asked if I wanted, he was going to get rid of some of his books, and he asked if I wanted to have any if I wanted to pick any for myself because he knew I love to read, and so I ended up picking a few books that sound interesting, and I think Ember and Ashes were one of those. So yeah, but that was when I was in 12th grade. I would have been like 17 or 18 at that point, and I'm 21 now, so that was years ago. And I still haven't read it, but it is on one of my top lists to read. So I have an old cover for it. I don't really care about covers though much, so I haven't bought a new one to match these because I recently bought these. Actually, the second book I didn't buy, I won it, and this someone on Twitter was offering to buy one book from your Amazon wish list for this competition. I won it surprisingly because I never win things like that, and she ended up sending me this book, which I thought was funny because I already owned the first book, and then she ends up sending me the second book in the series. I was like, I guess that's a sign to get the other books and finally read the series, which I'm going to soon because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 5-star read, which you could watch my predicting 5-star read video, and I mentioned the series because I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 5-star read. But I don't really care. Hey, this has a map. Sorry. So I don't really care about covers. Honestly, all I care about is the story inside the book. So I don't plan on getting a new cover for this or buying a new book for this. And I mean, maybe someday if I change my mind or if I'm bored and I want the covers to match for some strange reason, I don't know. Hey, it's a second map. I could have used this for my question on my other challenge. Oh well. Seekers is the best, so I'm glad I chose that. So I keep getting off topic. But yeah. So this has mismatched covers, just the first one. The other 3 match. So yeah, and it's really hard to pull all these, and it's hurting my hand, so I'm gonna put them down now. I just did 4. Okay, 5. Do you have a book with a shapeshifter? Yes. Crap. Can I use that book again? It's the only book I know of that has a shapeshifter, though. Man, I'm obsessed with that series. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about at this point. Seekers. I always end up choosing Seekers because apparently I can't go a video without mentioning it. But yeah. I'm gonna grab a different book because technically he's already dead. Spoiler, sorry about that. Okay. So this is the 6th book of the first arc of Seekers, and so it's about Khalik the polar bear or white bear, Lusa the black bear, Topul and Ujak the brown bears, but Ujak's also a shapeshifter, so he can shapeshift into any animal or even flat faces. Flat faces are what they call humans. So yeah, he can shapeshift into anything. We've seen it done many, many times, and he's the only shapeshifter I know of, and of course he was the first person I even thought of because of course he's my second favorite character on Seekers. I love Ujak. He's very underrated, and I still cry every time he dies. It's just so sad. Why do they have to kill him off? Okay. Number 6. Do you have a book that is signed by the author? Yes, I mentioned this a few times in recent videos because I love that I actually have one now because I never did before. So here, which I mentioned, I know the two authors and they're really nice people, and I got obsessed with this book because it's so great. The sequel is coming out in July. I have no idea how many books are going to be in this series, but I think they're like working on the third or fourth in the series now, and yeah. But it is signed. My only copy that's signed. I mean, I've signed a book before. I signed my mom's copy. It still counts. It was my first signature. I'm happy about that. But yeah, so they signed it for me. They sent it to me for free so I can give them an honest review of it, and I did because I loved it. But yeah, so I have one. If I did this video like 2 months ago, I would have to say no, but now I have one, so yay! Seven, do you have a book with a mostly red cover? Do I? I don't know, probably. I should. You would think so. Yes, I do. I have a couple, actually. That's more pink. This is red, right? That's more black than red. Okay, but this one is mostly red. Okay. So here, this is the second book in the Isle of Lost series, which I don't know if you guys are a fan of Disney, but if you are, I'm sure you know of Descendants. There's like 3 movies and there's 4 books of Descendants. The first book is Isle of Lost. It is based before the first movie, and then the second book, Return to the Isle of Lost, and the third book, Rise to the Isle of Lost, are in between movies 1 and 2. And then book 4 is Escape from the Isle of Lost, which is in between movies 2 and 3. And I don't want them to make another movie because it won't be the same without Cameron or Carlos. And but I wouldn't mind if they did make another book to be based after the last movie, because then they can still have Carlos on there without worrying about the whole Cameron thing. So yeah, but this has a mostly red cover, as you can see, red with some gold for the mirror and black for the lettering. But yeah, it's mostly red. Back is mostly red too. So yay! It was one of the first books I saw too. Yeah, I think I have a couple other ones that are really red, but I think that's the cover of it that's mostly red. So let's see. Number 8. Do you have a book that has 208 has blah, 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 blah. Do you have a book that has between 287 and 306 pages? 287 and 306. That seems kind of random, but okay. 287 and 306. So I have to go for a smaller book. I'm going to go for one of my Monster High books just because I haven't mentioned them in a while and I love Monster High. I don't know, these probably. Crap, 257. They're all, I'm pretty sure, around the same amount. So let me try my other Monster High series because I have 2 different Monster High series. And that's 255 too. Yeah, they're all around the same. Okay. I'm gonna try this one. It's Monster High and Raptor High crossover. Okay, that goes over 306. And I'm gonna try my Ever After High book, the only one I kept because the other one sucked. 287. Okay. So it's over 287. Let's hope it doesn't go past 306. 302, unless you want to count about the author, which is 303. But either way, it's still under 306 and above 287. So yay! Here, third book in the Ever After High series. Did not like the other ones very much. And if you want to read this one, the only book in the Ever After High series you have to read to understand this one is the second one, thankfully. The first one and fourth one you don't really need to read to understand what's going on in this book. So yay. So yeah, love this book, A Wonderland, A Full World. Number 9, do you have a book where the main character wears glasses? I mean, I have Harry Potter, but that's kind of obvious, but at the same time, he's the only person I can really think of that wears glasses. I mean, there might be a character in a book that I haven't read yet, but I haven't read it yet, so how do I know if they wear glasses? Like, I mean, I have Charmed. I could go with Charmed instead. Phoebe wears reading glasses in the show, and the book is the show, so I'm sure she wears reading glasses on there too. Does that count? For Yeah, because I don't think I have any other character that wears glasses. I mean, maybe in the books I haven't read yet, but I haven't read them yet, so. I'm going with Harry Potter. My phone's blowing up. I want to say my phone's blowing up. Okay. I must still be tired. But Harry Potter has glasses, obviously. But I guess I could always go with the charm book. I could go with both of them as an answer. I picked up this book because it has Phoebe in the title. Phoebe who? But yeah. Phoebe wears reading glasses in the show, so I'm sure that counts. Okay. See, number 10, do you have a book that's the same amount of letters as your name? My first name has 7 letters. The first book I tried. But I already mentioned that like twice already in this video, so I'm going to see if I can find another one and use that as a backup one. Okay. And so Seekers has 7. Well, actually no, because yeah, Seeker has 7 letters, but each book has another title, like The Quest Begins, stuff like that, so I don't think that actually counts. Never mind. Okay, let's try, let me try this one. 10. Crap. I'm finding 8, but I'm not finding 7. 7! Yes! Spelled. First book in Stormmakers trilogy, it has spelled is 7 letters. Yes! Found one. Number 11, do you have a book where a cybercrime or technology is important to the plot? I can only think of one book that is like this, and I have a book, and I don't have that book, but I do have another book by that author. But I don't have that book, and I don't really want to read that book, to be honest. I mean, it sounds more of a dystopian, and I've read the dystopian, it's just not my favorite thing. Don't get me wrong, Divergent isn't that bad, but, eh. So, I don't think I have anything that has technology as an important part of the plot. I mean, a lot of these books I still haven't read yet, so I wouldn't know. So, I'm gonna go with no because I don't think I have one. So, 12, do you have a book written in another language or translated? No, I don't. I watch a TV show that is originally in another language, and after each season's done, they have to like translate it for English. But I don't think there's any books for that. There are a lot of books that has to do with a TV show or movie, as you can tell, which is what this whole shelf is for. But I can't wait till it translates this more. But yeah, I don't have a book that's originally in another language that has to be translated to English or translated to any language because I don't know languages. I know some sign language, which I'm still learning, but other than that, 13. Do you have a book written by an Asian author? I have no idea. I don't know authors. I don't. None of these books I know who the author is really. I mean, I know J.K. Rowling, obviously. I know Rick Riordan. And then I know Emu and Rebecca because I know them personally, and the author of the Shadowrun Chronicles, Nancy Ann, I know her personally. So, but none of them are Asian. And Aaron Hunter, I obviously know because I love Aaron Hunter, but I don't think any of them are Asian. I don't know. It's, huh. I mean, books sometimes have a cover on the back of the author, right? Don't they? Maybe I can. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't think so. Maybe I do and I just don't realize it. 14. Do you have a book with a moon on the cover? Do I? I'm not sure. Maybe. I think so. Hold on. No. There's stars in the night sky, but I don't see a moon. Oh, one of these books should have a moon. This is bogus. This entire arc of this series, it's all about like all of them have like stars and skies and no moon. You gotta be kidding me. I call bogus. Okay, I call bogus. That's messed up. Huh. I mean, there's this one arc, the first arc of Warriors, where they decided to cover kind of, I think that's supposed to be like the outline of a moon. Like, they all kind of go together and be, like, I don't know. Huh. I call bogus. See, these are showing skies too, but no moon. Wow. Huh. Okay, so apparently none of the Aaron Hunter books do, even though they should, because they're showing skies, stars, but no moon. Let me try Sandy. He's always in the sky. There has to be a moon with him. He floats in the sky. He goes over the sky to give. You gotta be kidding me! Wait, yes, there is. I'm so stupid. Okay, there is a moon. It's just a little harder to see. See, like right there where the title is, there's a moon surrounding the title. See? Yay! I knew you would come through with me in the end, Sandy. Okay. Number 15. Do you have an illustrated children's book? I mean, I have elementary school books with illustrations in them. Do they count? I mean, they're technically elementary school books, but I love them anyways. Monster High Ghoul Friends. There's 4 books in the series. I love Monster High. And they're elementary school reads, definitely. And there's illustrations on almost every page, I think. See, there's like a book bag here and an iPhone here, or not iPhone. Okay, iCoffin. They call it differently. Let's see. Maybe not almost every page, but several pages. I just found another one here. Is Rebecca's pet, mechanical pet penguin in Lost in a Maze. So yeah, there's food there. And every chapter has some. I found some spiders. Every chapter has an illustration. Let me find one of the chapter starters. You got it. Okay, here's one. It shows the 3 main ghouls sitting in class. Each book in the series does that. Okay. So I'm saying that counts. 16. Do you have a collection of myths or fairy tales? I mean, technically though, I do have the Twisted Tales series, which it's technically a collection. I mean, yeah, it's not all in one book, but it is a series, and they're all different fairy tales. So does that count? Does it count? I don't know if it counts, but I'm gonna say it counts because why not? It's my video. Because I don't have collections of stories. I prefer actual novels. Do you have a fantasy or sci-fi that has an alliance between different races? Fantasy or sci-fi that has an alliance? Well, most of my books are fantasies. Let's say they have an alliance between different races. Because I have no idea. Do they? Okay. I already, is that, okay, I already did this one, but I could do this one because they both have one, because my two Monster High series have one thing in common. The, war, well, it's not really a full-blown war because they managed to stop it. The main goals in both managed to stop it before it becomes a full-blown war, but against monsters versus normies. And there's a little bit more of an issue in this series, so I'm going to use this one. They're different races, monsters and normies. Normies are humans. So yeah, I say it counts. But basically the monsters, this is before they created actually Monster High, where the monsters can, be themselves and stuff, so they have to fit in with the normies. And they have to, like Frankie, since she's all green, she has to put on a ton load of makeup to hide her monsterness. And she has to wear a scarf to hide her bolts because she's Frankenstein's daughter. Then there's Draculaura, who's not allowed to even open her mouth except for a tiny bit to eat at lunch because she has to hide her fangs and stuff. And I think she might use a little bit of makeup to seem a little bit less pale. And then there's Laguna, who's blue and has to hide her makeup, and Claudine, who has to wear sweaters and stuff to hide her fur. She's a werewolf and stuff. So there's Deuce, who has to wear a hat to hide his snakes because it's Medusa's son. So yeah, they all have to hide the fact that they're monsters. And but then the ghouls end up deciding they don't want to hide anymore and ends up doing this whole rebellion and shows the humans that they're real and that they're there, and they start fighting for their rights to fight humans. So yeah, I'm gonna say it counts. Because it does count. They're different races. Number 18. Do you have a book with a narrow front cover, a paperback that the cover is trimmed shorter than most of the pages? Yes, in my other video, Do You Have That Book Challenge, I mentioned a couple of them because I wasn't sure if that was Declan Aegis, but then I found out it wasn't. So, yeah, I have a few of those. I have two of the books in the Ground Ruin series because two of them are hardbacks and then two paperback ones are like that. And then the King of Scars, Six Crows, and Crooked Kingdom are all like that. Rule of Wolves isn't because of the hardback. I think that's all of them now. I think I finally found all of them. Yeah, because none of the books I've already read is like that. So, here's Rot and Ruin, the first book in the Rot and Ruin series. Because it's about zombies, so it shows that. And the other book in my Rot and Ruin series is like that as well. The third book in it. It shows a hand, and then it shows a decayed hand. And then there's King of Scars. I probably don't need to be showing all of these, but oh well. And then Six Crows and Kingdom, and I think that's all of them. I have several hardbacks, and I know the hardbacks aren't like that. And I know my Charm books aren't like that. My Seeker, Warrior, Survivors, and Braveland books aren't like that. Of course, I think all my Survivors, except for the novelists, and all my Bravelands are hardback anyways. But, oh well. Okay. So, number 19. Do you have a book that includes the first chapter of the sequel? Yes, I do. But which book is that? I know I have some. Wasn't I just looking at one like that earlier? Percy Jackson. It's like, I don't know if it's Jackson like that. I haven't actually read Percy Jackson yet. I don't think so. Okay. Well, that's the last book. Why did I pick up the last book? That was not smart of me. Okay, let me try the first book. That might actually do that. I can't believe I picked up the last book to see if the non-existent book is at the end of the cover. That makes so much sense. Okay, I don't think so. I was trying not to do an Aaron Hunter book, but I might have to because they're the only ones I can think of off the top of my head to actually do that. I swear if I okay. And as soon as I opened it, I found it. Okay. This is book 2, and Warriors the New Prophecy. That's the second arc. I think it's book 2. Yeah, book 2. This is, and it's showing book 3, Dawn. And then once you turn that page, it shows chapter 1 of the next book. I think all the Aaron Hunter books do that. At least Secrets and Warriors. At least what I've read so far. Number 20. Do you have a book with a broken spine? I don't think I have that many, but I must have at least one, right? Wait, doesn't my... Yes, I think so. Yes, my first Harry Potter book does. I've had this for a very long time. One of my closest friends actually gave it to me. It wasn't for birthday, Christmas either. It was just a kind of a random gift she gave me, and yeah, so she gave me the first book, and even though it has a broken spine, I'm not gonna get rid of it because it was given to me by a friend. One of these questions should be like a book that a friend gave you. Like I have a few of those. There's this one. Then I have the first 2 books in the Secrets of Immortal Mel, which I actually loaned to a friend recently, so I don't have them right now. But those were given to me for a birthday when I was like 15 or 16. Is that all? I thought I would have more than that. Well, I mean, the authors of Shade and Shadow gave that book to me, so that's one. Is that all? And then Ember and Ashes was given to me by a teacher in school. I think that might be it, actually. I might be wrong. No. My Beauty and the Beast Twisted Tale was given to me by my sister, and Red's Untold Tale from Once Upon a Time, that was also given to me by that same sister. So she knows I like to read, and she knew I liked Once Upon a Time and Beauty and the Beast, so she gave me those at different times, though. But yeah. I think that's it, though. I might still be wrong. I don't know. But one of those questions should be that because I have a few of those. Maybe I should make my own challenge like this, and that would be one of the questions. Like, do you have a book that a friend gave you? Okay, now for the bonus question. Do you have a book that's 3 or more prompts? What does that mean? 3 or more prompts, like 3 or more storylines? I have no idea. I mean, if that's what that means by like 3 or more storylines, then I think so. Because in one of the Monster High books, or I could go with that series, the Guardian series, because each book are about different guardians, so they're all really different. So 3 different character point, or 5 different character point of view, 5 different storylines, all the same series. I'm gonna say that counts. I don't know what else that question means. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment if you want to do this video because I tag everyone who wants to do this video. So yay. So yeah, okay, that's it. and I'll see you guys later.